It's mystery box time once again, folks. Rapido has 4 different offerings this year: an in-scale freight car box, as well as 3 different tiers of HO boxes, one with at least 6 freight cars, another with at least 1 DC silent locomotive plus extras, and the Platinum with at least 1 DCC plus sound locomotive and extras as well. I've purchased the in-scale box and the HO Platinum box, which Rapido has helpfully shipped conjoined. These have been sitting in the corner of my dining room for the past week prior to filming this video, and I'm excited to see what's inside. So let's separate these and dig in. First up is the HO scale box. Rapido says this includes at least 1 DCC plus sound locomotive and extras. I've seen a few unboxing videos on these, and some folks got a couple of freight cars, some got an A-B set of locos, some got some trailers, so we'll see what's in this one. First up is a blue camo beanie with the Rapido logo, very nice. Here's a small sticker like the one on the outside of the box, a chocolate coin, and our first HO scale item, a 40-foot Fruhauf box van painted for the Penn Central. Rapido's MSRP on this is $29.95. Next up is a USRA double-sheathed wooden boxcar for the Great Northern, and another double-sheathed boxcar for the Delaware, Lackawanna, and Western Railroad. Rapido has these both listed for $54.95 on their website. There's a few more things to find before we pull the locomotive out, including this classic Rapido humor item. And I ordered a mystery box for the chocolate, and all I got was this lousy sticker. And finally, a nice etched tumbler with the Rapido logo for all of your beverage consumption needs. And here's the loco, a Fairbanks Morse H16-44, painted for the Penn Central. Rapido MSRP $335. These are such great-looking locomotives. The prototype was the successor of the H15-44, which you may remember from my in-scale layout videos, as one of the Central of Georgia workhorses that pulled trains around the layout during its heyday. Such beautiful pieces of industrial engineering. So let's get this one out of the box and see what Rapido did with these. Of course, inside we find a nice manual with some historical information and a few stickers. Let's get this thing out of the plastic and foam fortress and take a look at all of this detail. The all-black paint scheme does hide some of the detail on camera, but this looks absolutely stunning in person. Crisp printing, fine mesh grills on the radiator fans, just overall a really, really great looking model of a very nice looking locomotive. On to the in-scale box. We have another beanie, or toque, to our Canadian friends. And now our first piece of rolling stock, which is a FlexiFlow hopper painted for the Merchant's Dispatch, MSRP $44.95. After another small mystery box sticker, it's a second FlexiFlow hopper for Merchant's Dispatch with a unique road number, very nice. Up next is a Procore 5820 covered hopper with the jewel case in a sleeve, unlike the other things we pulled out so far. Rapido MSRP on this is $39.95. Here's an AutoFlood 3 coal hopper lettered for GLFX, and a second AutoFlood hopper in the BNSF wedge scheme. MSRP on each of these is $38.95. Both of these have Rapido's magic wand inside, and I wonder what that does on these, since on the passenger cars it activates lights. We'll see. Up next is a third FlexiFlow hopper lettered for Conrail, and here's the requisite I ordered a mystery box sticker, and finally a second Procore hopper in a different road number from the first, and after a little digging, here's the chocolate coin. All in all, a very nice box, a bit outside the era of my current in-scale collection, but I've been wanting to get some more modern stuff as well, so these are all welcome additions. This box cost $99.95, and the total MSRP of all the 7 items present here is $292.65. Even considering that these prices would be cheaper from distributors, this is still quite a good value in my opinion. So let's add the contents of the HO box here as well. The 2 boxcars retail for $54.95 each, and the van is $29.95, and the locomotive's MSRP is $335. That's $474.85 for a box that cost $300. Technically $299.95, but who's keeping track? Not nearly as good of a value comparatively, but still pretty good, and the loco is nice enough to make it worth it for me. Unfortunately, I don't have an operating HO scale setup currently, so I can't run the boxcars or the locomotive yet, but I can definitely put the in-scale stuff behind a very out-of-era locomotive and run them on the hobby shop layout. Let's do that with the 3 FlexiFlow hoppers at first. And this is where I remember that the tunnel clearance on the upper loop isn't NMRA standard. Oops. We'll fix that in a future video, so for now let's back the trains out the other way and get everything placed on the lower loop. As it turns out, the magic wand included with the auto flood hoppers is for coal load removal. You can see the magnet catching a little bit of the center of the load there. If you take it off, there's a magnet mounted on the underside. I did a terrible job of demonstrating it here, but you get the point. Alright, that's more like it. Enjoy this anachronistic train running for a moment, and I'm going to enjoy this dark chocolate. Did you buy a Rapido mystery box this year? If you did, let me know what you received in the comments. I saw some folks get the Amtrak Turbo Liners, which I was selfishly hoping for, and a few folks got some really nice looking E-units as well. Before we go, a quick reminder that I've opened an online hobby shop. As of the publishing of this video, there's over 500 model railroad items live, with hundreds more in the process of being inventoried and added for sale. Everything for sale is the final inventory of Riverdale Station, my childhood hobby shop that closed last month after 40 years as a pillar of the Atlanta area model railroad community. I purchased it all before the open sign turned off for the last time, and the funds from every item sold are going toward my long-term goal of opening a new model railroading-focused hobby shop to serve the local community. You can check it out at southerncrescenthobby.com. Additionally, I have a channel survey open for the next week as of publishing this video. Your responses to that would be greatly appreciated as I work on shaping the future of this channel in 2026 and beyond. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next week.